Chapter 21, First Fight. We jump off at the next stop. Why didn't Autumn keep up with us? Is she waiting at the previous stop? Or will she try to walk all the way back to the apartment? None of us is supposed to be walking alone, so we need to find her. We run up the wet sidewalk as fast as we can. Be sure to look on both sides of the street, I say, just in case. But we don't find her. What could have happened? I started thinking of all sorts of bad things, like being abducted by a stranger, or falling through a sewer grate, or getting struck by a sudden bout of amnesia. Any of those things could happen. Autumn, where are you? I'm breathing pretty hard as we reach the place where we last saw her. There she is, sitting on the footsteps of the cat hospital. Autumn! I'm gasping for air. What are you doing? William forgot his shield, she says. It's lying on her lap. I told you I was going back inside to get it, but when you went outside, or when I got outside, you'd all disappeared. She looks hurt, like we left her behind on purpose. I didn't hear you, I explain. Autumn's voice is so quiet, and the street noise on Capitol Hill is constant. I thought you were right behind me. That was nice of you to remember the shield, Manga Girl tells her. Yeah, super nice, Todd says. Autumn gets to her feet, then she offers the shield to William. During the run, his fur hat fell off. Now it dangles from his hand. His blonde hair is smushed into weird patterns, and a big clump is flattened against his forehead. Major hat head. Don't you want it? Autumn asks, still holding the shield. I wonder if William left the shield behind on purpose. After all, it's just a plastic toy. Maybe he's too polite to refuse it when Uncle Galaxy gave it to him. Or maybe he did forget it. I have no idea what he's thinking, and I can't read him any better than those vocab words in reading lab. He puts on his hat and takes the shield. He looks at Autumn, then at the shield, then back at Autumn. He shuffles in place. With his lips pressed together real tight, he looks like he's trying to hold back a burp. Wait. Does he want to say something? But there aren't any doors to hide behind. No aisles blocking our view. His hands begin to tremble. It's okay, Autumn whispers. You can do it. William lifts the shield slowly until it's in front of his face. Whoa! Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna say something? Todd's mouth falls open. Manga Girl's fox ears straighten. Autumn and I hold our breath. It's like watching a suspense movie. All we need was the music from Jaws. So I play that in my head. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Thank you. William Worth, the boy on the third floor, speaks 2 words on the sidewalk that night, only with a thin piece of plastic protecting him. It's not a miracle or anything, but that's something. He lowers the shield. His face is blotchy and sweaty, as if he ran a marathon. You're welcome, Autumn tells him. Todd slaps him on the back. Dude, that was amazing! Manga Girl bounces on her toes. I knew it would work. That was amazing, I say. And I mean it. I don't know much about Captain America's shield, but I'm gonna guess he never used it to fight selective mutism. A piece of newspaper dances down the sidewalk, pushed by a sudden cold wind. I pull up the collar on my raincoat. We should go. I wonder if Tutu's waiting. Come on, Autumn. I start walking toward the bus stop, but Autumn doesn't move. What's the matter? She crosses her arm and frowns. You forgot about me. No, I didn't. I didn't hear you say you were going back into the hospital to get the shield, and that's why we got on the bus without you. You forgot about my turn. Huh? What's she talking about? Whoa, she's right, Todd says. Autumn hasn't had a turn yet. She hasn't taken us to her special place. Autumn tightens her arms, as if to give herself a hug. She sinks deeper in her coat. Oh, crud, it's true. If Leilani hadn't been in such a hurry to get home, we wouldn't have forgotten, Manga Girl tells her. Hey, why is it my fault? I didn't forget. I insist, even though I did. There's been so much going on, like all the crying and all the cat drama. It was an honest mistake. I just thought that maybe you didn't really care about going to a special place and getting an ingredient. You know, because magic isn't real, and there's no such thing as the moon goddess. Autumn's round eyes get even rounder. She always knows when I'm lying. Yeah, okay, so I forgot, I confess. I'm hungry and I'm tired, and Tutu's going to get worried if we stay out any later, and that's why I was in a hurry. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I know the real reason why you want to get back, Manga Girl says, flinging her cape behind her shoulders. You want to know what Hailey Chun is doing at her sleepover. You wanted to spend tonight with her and not us. You'd rather spy on the Haileys than give Autumn a turn. Todd shakes his head. Geez, that's cold, cuz. I gasp. That is completely and totally not true. Why is everyone ganging up on me? I wasn't thinking about Hailey Chun. I don't even care what she's doing. Oddly enough, at this moment, that's absolutely true. I turn my frustration on Manga Girl. Why don't you go and draw another cartoon? This time about how horrid I am and forgot my best friend? After a long sigh, Autumn slumps onto the steps. I throw myself next to her. Don't listen to them. Yeah, okay, so I forgot about your turn, but I didn't do it on purpose. We've been best friends since the day in the nurse's office when since that day. I would never try to hurt your feelings. I think maybe I forgot about your turn because, well, sometimes you're invisible. She blinks at me. No, not invisible. I pull my raincoat over my knees, trying to stay warm. Just because Uncle Galaxy said that doesn't mean it's true. You're quiet, super quiet. Sometimes I don't hear you. The hood of Autumn's raincoat lies open against her back, making a nest for her curls. In the dim light, I can barely see any of her freckles. You didn't forget about my turn because I'm quiet, she says. You forgot because I've been a willing participant in this pattern of behavior. I scoot closer to her. What do you mean? What pattern of behavior? It's true what Tanisha said about being in your shadow. I gulp. Her voice is so serious. I don't know what you're talking about. Autumn puts her hand on my knee. It's not your fault, Leilani. It's mine. I gave myself the power of invisibility because it's easier for me to follow than confront. That's why I always let you make the decisions. I get dizzy all of a sudden. There's so many emotions rushing over me it feels like a tidal wave. I'm hurt that Hailey Chun doesn't like me. Sad that William's cat is sick. And worried that Tutu is going to call the police if we don't show up pretty soon. Also, I feel really stupid that I made the do not invite list in the first place. But most of all, I'm upset that Autumn is upset. My stomach starts to ache. You can try to put all the emotions into separate compartments. But unlike a crustless cheese sandwich and perfectly peeled orange slices, emotions spill over and get all mixed up. I, I, I don't know what to say. A gust of wind sweeps over us. Autumn shivers and then puts her hands into her pockets. Leilani, I want to tell you how I feel about something. Something you do that's been bothering me. This is starting to get weird. Are we having a fight? We never ever have fights. Can we talk about this later? I whisper because Todd, Manga Girl, and William are clearly have nothing better than to stand here and watch us when we're alone. No, if I don't say this now, I might never say it. She takes a long, deep breath, then looks into my eyes. My stomach ache gets worse. The way she's looking at me, I can tell she's about to deliver something really bad, some really bad news. Mom looked at me the same way when she told me Tutu was in the hospital. We're supposed to be best friends, but you're obsessed with the Haileys. You know everything about them, their schedules, what they do on the weekends, where they go shopping, what they wear. We spend most of our time at lunch talking about them. Well, you talk about them. I mostly listen. It hurts my feelings. It seems that she pauses. She swallows hard. William steps forward and offers her the shield. She puts it in front of her face. That you would rather be friends with them than me. What? That's crazy. I feel a rush of relief. I pull the shield from her hands. Is that why you're mad at me? Because you think I'd choose the Haileys over you? No way, never. Really? She says. Really? Then why do you spend so much time talking about them? Manga Girl asks. Well, in the first place, Tanisha, that's none of your business. I snap. And in second place, it's true. I'd like to have a bigger group of friends. What's wrong with that? Wouldn't you like to have more friends? If I had a best friend as nice as Autumn, I'd be happy. Manga Girl says, one true friend is better than a bunch of false friends. She's right, again. And I'm happy that Autumn's my best friend, but I'm about to admit how I feel. Forget Hawaiian luau. The theme of my sleepover is admit your fears in front of everyone. I don't think that's going to catch on as a trend. But Autumn leaves Seattle every other weekend to go visit her dad, and I'm on my own. I just thought it'd be nice to have friends with the Haileys, so I wouldn't be alone on those weekends. I miss Autumn when she's gone. You do? Autumn blinks at me. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want a new best friend. I put my arm around Autumn's shoulders. Have I really been ignoring her? A parade of lunches run through my mind. In each one, Autumn is chewing in her squirrel-like way, and I'm talking about the Haileys. Everyone's right. I've been totally obsessed. It doesn't matter anyway. The Haileys hate me. Tears well up in my eyes. Oh, geez, now I'm crying. I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt your feelings, never. Next week, you get to be in charge of the conversation at lunch. We'll talk about whatever you want. You know, science and stuff like that. I wipe my nose on my sleeve. And we'll do the thing that you wanted to do. She's been talking about something all week. Come on, Leilani, what is it? That exhibit at the Science Center about the brain. Finally, Autumn smiles. Group hug, Todd yells, and before I could stop him, he's squeezing the life out of me and Autumn. I don't hug, Manga Girl says. William doesn't join in either. He's looking up at the cat hospital door with the pained expression, like he has a really bad headache. I twist away from Todd. Okay, everyone, listen up. I say. It's Autumn's turn and we're going to her special place. But we've really got to go now, because if we stay out much later, Tutu will spew lava like Kuali. Autumn jumps to her feet. Don't worry, my special place is right by your apartment. I grab her arm. It's not Hailey Chun's, is it? No, she laughs. You'll see.